welcome back to what is hopefully the last time we're in my garden, because what I'm doing today is putting back all the bits I took off so that I'm ready to go for my MOT, hopefully next week or the week after, depending when I can get it booked in. So what I've got to do is put back the under-seat tray, secure the battery, secure the ignition control unit, put back the bar mounts where the ignition mounts to. That's got to go back on. I'm going to put the panels on the side, then put the side panels in, and then hopefully that's everything. And then all I've got to do is go around every bolt, basically, and every fluid, just double check everything, and then I'm good for my MOT. So this is the handlebar control pad, and the main reason I'm putting this back on, so the ignition's got somewhere to stick to. So there's no real complexity to this. It should just slot and clip in, as so. Then key cover goes back on top. There we go, and then 2 screws underneath, or bolts, not sure what they're actually called. Secure it here. Now the only real possible issue is where I've moved stuff. It may not line up great, so let's have a double check. Okay, what that's revealed is when I was playing with this, I haven't pushed it all the way back. So I'll just undo, I believe it's the one nut here, and slide that down. Right, that's the pad back in. Next job I think is bar ends. Let's find those. Now, these bar ends were never actually on the bike when I got it, so we'll see they actually work, because I got a horrible feeling they're missing bits, because I think that one's missing a rubber. We'll see if it bites anyway. Oh, that's stiff. Yeah, see, that one's not going to work because there is no rubber there to expand out and fill the hole as per that one. So it looks like I'm going to be going without bar ends. But yeah, another thing that I'm going to have to hunt down on the internet. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. So I'll put them off to one side. We'll try again another day. Okay, around this side, I have a collection of things to go back on. The first of which, I believe, is going to be the battery mount. This secures the battery to everything. So, how the hell is that? Where is the mounting hole? It's there, and presumably the one place I can't see there. There we go. So what's quite interesting is this battery mount also secures the overflow tank. So we'll say the magic words, that's not going anywhere. Then there's a tray. This inner tray is this tray here. Now, it goes in, slots through. Now I've got a nice little grommet here, which I can use to pass through my trickle charger. So let's get that disconnected. Make sure that doesn't shorten anything. Pass up through the middle here. That way. Okay. That was a lot harder than it looked. Right, now this runs on two little rubber things here, clips in. Then there is a secure bracket mount here on the far side, which you can't see, which clips in and holds the tank electrics. So that's now in place. My tray is now sat in on all my rubber bushings, and now comes the joy of sliding this in. Now there's a rubber bush on this side which this bolts through too, so that'll be interesting. And I think I might need to disconnect this before I slot it in, so let's let me disconnect that again, just like that. That gives me a lot more room. And that goes onto that bush, goes to that bush there. Well, that clipped in really nicely. Like this, yep, clicks in here, and then we play the game of how the bloody hell are we going to do this levering? Pin's in the right place here, so I think the only way to test is really to see if the bike fires up. What I may need to do is I have lost what looks like the pin for this side, which is very stupid of me. Let me grab a key and make sure the bike starts up first. It's trying to fire, but I think I haven't got enough charge. Well, it seems like my solar charger isn't doing a world of good, and I can't really easily get to a jump pack on it. Let's charge that up with the mains charger. Alright, I actually forgot to record it, but I popped the side panels back on. I've connected up the mains power because the trickle charger solar doesn't seem to have done any good. The ECU is connected and underneath, so in theory all I've got to do now is wait for the battery to charge. So while I'm doing that, you've got one last panel to put on, and the panel is the little BMW logo that goes here and covers up the spark plugs. All that needs to happen now, battery needs to charge up a bit more, and we should go around and test all the lights works. So you are now my eyes on the front. Turn the key. Side lights, main lights. We have a high beam. We have a high beam. Good. Do we have indicator? We do. We have indicator the other way. We do. Do we have a horn? Pathetic, but we have a horn. Check the rear. Have a rear light. Brake light. Foot brake light. Okay. That's our lights checked. Rears are all working, horns are all working, so all the electrics should be good. I think I'll just wait for a bit and see if I can charge up that battery. Then what I'll do next is I'll pull it all out so I can get down to this side better, and I'll check the final drive, the gearbox oil, which requires a special tool, so I might do it as a separate video just in case people don't know how to check the gearbox oil. if they don't have the manual, and I'll check the oil, which should all be good. Coolant I've already done. Brake fluids I've already done. Yeah, we should be good to go for an MOT. So, continuing on, I was getting everything ready for the MOT, as you saw, and then it wasn't really starting, and I thought the battery was at fault, need to charge it, maybe this is a solar charger. I ended up replacing the battery, and I've gone for a different battery, which is an AGM cell one there, and this one actually has 30 amp hours instead of 20. Now, it does turn over the bike a lot better. But what has just happened is I no longer hear the fuel pump whine. So what I think has happened is the fuel pump's died. So let me just switch you around. All right, so what I've done is this fuel pump connector here I have tested, and there is voltage going to that when I try and start the bike, and this bike does make spark noises. So you think this is all connected back up correctly, which is the main ignition unit. It's off just a bit now because I was asking around with the power. Check the fuse, that's good over here. So what I'm guessing is on the early K bikes you don't get any noise from the fuel pump when you turn the ignition on, but you do when you hit the starter, and I do get a couple of skips, but I can feel there's no pressure in this line at all. It's very easy to squeeze. So what I think has happened is my fuel pump's died, which I'm not surprised considering how much filth was in their tank when I was first going through. I have changed the fuel filter over. Maybe the fuel pump's just tired and had it. So rather than kill this battery, which is now turning the bike over a lot better, I'm going to pack everything up and I'm going to go out and buy myself a fuel pump. New fuel pump is going to be on its way. I don't know how long it's going to take. I think it's like 30 quid, 25 quid off of eBay. And I'll probably do a separate video on how to fit that because I've not done a fuel pump on this bike before. It's an in-tank fuel pump, so this whole section here has to come off so you can get your hand really in there. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem for me, but we shall find out. I would really like to leave everything on the bike as is and just kind of stand up here, delve my hands down, disconnect what needs to be connected and connect it up. But we shall wait and see. So I now have to wait for another sunny day. The battery did make the bike turn over beautifully, and it was idling for a few minutes. All good. Came back, went to try it again, and that fuel pump whine has gone. So maybe the fuel pump was on its way out and I just got unlucky. So I'll try and catch up with you next time. I'm going to end this video here because my getting MOT prepped wasn't fantastic, but it's at least an update of where I'm up to. All the electrics still work, with the exception of the fuel pump. And the bike was running really, really well and idling before when I swapped the new battery in. So I like the new battery. That seems to have sorted it out. My recovery didn't work well on that, which means I'm not sure if the solar charger didn't have enough oomph to keep the other battery up to date. So I don't really want to say it's shit, but I think it is. Right, I'm going to button everything back up. I'm going to go inside and order myself a new fuel pump. And hopefully that's the end of the woes, and then I can get back onto getting ready for the MOT. All right, thanks very much. See you soon.